Welcome, race fans, to Motormaster Monday, round 33 of the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season here on NASCAR Heat 4, presented by Bruv Motorsports. We are here in the round of 8. Kansas Speedway has offered us some great action here in the past, many different grooves to choose from. The draft plays a major factor in this one. And these drivers really want to keep these cars in one piece and in perfect prime condition. Aero damage really affects their top speeds. I'm Timac 11, he's Piston Piper. Strap yourselves in. It is the Safe Zone 300 at Kansas Speedway. Your Dunson 50 won the pole. He is leading this race. The number 89 Chevy Camaro, Morgan Shepherd machine. Really giving it a good look this season. He's got a win in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series. He's winless here in Motormaster, but he's here in the round of 8 and looking to make a big statement coming into this race 1 point below that cut line. "22 drivers on the racetrack, most of them getting single file and spread out. A couple of battles towards the front of the field going on. But for the most part, everyone has settled down just a wee bit. Flash 9 in the 10, part-time driver, won his first Motormaster Series race in his 5th career start. And looking to add more to that total, he has Chris Pendle right behind him in the 42. Keep in mind, Pendle, one of the playoff drivers. Here in the round of 8, comes in with 33 playoff points to his total. 6 wins this season. It's been a great season for that 42 team. Defending Motormaster champion Dakota Bruv in the 1 right behind him. That's the 5th place car. Sporting the black, gold, and red paint job. He's only ran that a couple of times this season and looks great under the lights here at Kansas Speedway. He's about a car length, maybe car length and a half behind Pendle in the 42. I was mentioning just a moment ago, the draft is going to be a big factor in this one. The top 5 are really getting away from the rest of the field, and they're all staying single file, using that draft to their advantage. And every time somebody pulls out of line to make a move for position, they're unable to get the job done. And they've got to tuck back in line and follow. Just as I say that, here he comes, Noko, trying to make a move to the inside of your Dunson. Noko sporting a custom paint job for this one race only, and he's really making it look good here. He's running in 2nd, 10 wins this season. That is a record here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. All-time most wins in a single season. Down the wall just a little bit coming out of turn 2. Doesn't look like it's going to be any major harm to the race car, but you can see it's folded in a little bit on the right front. He's right there in the tire tracks of your Dunson. Chris Pendle in 3rd, Dakota Bruv in 4th. Green flag pit stops have begun. Checking in on Chris Ryan in the 4. Made the playoffs, but was eliminated in the first round. His win came earlier in the season, dedicated it to his 16-year-old son. It was his birthday on that day, so that was a very heartwarming day for him and his family and his race team as well. Ford was able to park in a victory lane on that day. A couple of other drivers coming to pit road, including some of the front runners. Chris Pendle in the 42, Dakota Bruv in the 1, Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0, another playoff driver. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 is on pit road as well, another round of 8 contender. Now, of course, if you guys have been tuning in during the playoffs, you would know Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 scored his first career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win just last week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, winning the Roulette 200. And it was a very big moment for him and his racing career here in NOSSCAR. He advanced and locked himself here in this round of 8. And it's basically the goal he has in mind here at Kansas Speedway. He's brought a good car. He's down and away, back on the racetrack. It's going to be interesting to see where these drivers cycle through in terms of track position. Some drivers chose to short bit by a couple of laps. Noko in the 23 on pit road, down and away. Ayrton Frederick in the 93, Nick Don Francesco in the 11. Chris Ryan in the 4. And these are scheduled stops here in Stage 1. If you're wondering why they're pitting so soon, fuel and tire wear here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series ×3. So these drivers really have their hands full when it comes to managing their tires, especially during the final stage when the stage is a little longer and really the key to winning becomes all about tire management. Good battle going here, and we've seen it a lot this season. Noko in the 23, 10 wins in 2020. Chris Pendle in the 42, 6 wins in 2020. Combining for a staggering and shocking 16 wins in the 32 races completed here in the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season, batting 500 between those two. Jason Pitts gives way to Noko in the 23, Pendle in the 42. Good battle there. The 99 Toyota Supra taking a higher approach through 3 and 4. Still holds about a car length of an advantage over Dakota Bruv in the 1, and he settles in behind the 42 of Pendle. The 23 of Noko is going to get a little bit of their draft and perhaps join them on their quest to the front. Checking in with in-race reporter Jason Pitts. Jason, how many laps to go in Stage 1, and who do you have as the race leader? And now Harold in the 39 comes down pit road. He's going to surrender that race lead. This is going to hand the lead over to, I believe, Flash 9 in the 10. Let me know if I'm right. Is the 10 car the leader? Coming around now to 4 laps to go. Flash is the leader, and he's got about a 3-4 car length advantage over Noko in the 23 and Chris Pendle in the 42. Kind of looks like they're just working together to try to run down your race leader. This is going to be the battle for the Stage 1 win. Smart strategy. Now it's got you up into the 5th position. Three to go for your race leaders. The 2 lime green and black cars are side by side, and going for the lead is Noko in the 23. He's going to take the inside groove. Slides up in front of the 10. Pendle is also going to pull alongside the 10 of Flash 9. Going into turn 3, Noko the new leader. Pendle now takes a look to the inside for himself. He's not going to have the 23 cleared enough. He won't be able to slide up in front. In fact, he tries to slide in behind Noko in the 23. And with 2 laps to go, Noko is your race leader. Chris Pendle is in 2nd, Flash 9 in 3rd. Dakota Bruv is in 4th. There you see him popping into the frame behind these guys every now and then. The number 1 car, defending champion, Dakota Bruv, runs in 4th. Jason Pitts in the 99 in 5th. Can also tell you Chris Ryan in the 4 car scored in the 6th position, having a pretty good run. Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0, playoff contender, scored in 7th, but we're now on the final lap of Stage 1. We're going to keep our eye on the battle for the Stage 1 win. Noko has the lead. Is Chris Pendle going to make a move? If he's going to do it, he's got to do it here. Pendle goes to the inside, looking for the big run through 3 and 4. Pulls the 42 Toyota Supra all the way down to the white line. He couldn't quite get the grip and speed he needed. Noko's going to win Stage 1. So the top 5 from stage 1, Noko, Chris Pendle, Flash 9, Dakota Bruv, and Jason Pitts. They are the 5 drivers receiving the stage points. Chris Ryan in the 4 came ever so close, and getting a report from Jason in the 99 that he blew a tire coming to the line, so he might even need to take some extra time under his pit stop. This game, NASCAR Heat 4, awards you a 7-second damage repair time on your next pit stop if you blow a tire. It's really interesting like that. But we're going to get them lined up double file here for the Stage 2 restart. 20th career stage win here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series for Noko, and that is the 2nd most all-time and the most in a single season. And he's going to starting a little deeper in the field. You're right, we're going to keep our eye on the in-race reporter, Jason Pitts in the 99, starting from the tail here from stage 2, as well as your done son, the pole sitter, and the green flag is in the air. Dave Thunder through 1 and 2. Noko's going to get out to a comfortable lead. No challengers to the inside or outside. Top 3 now single file. All 3 running close to the wall through 3 and 4. It almost looked like Pendle got a little bit close to the 23 of Noko. There might have been contact made. If so, Noko held on to it, and he held on to it very well. Ayrton Frederick in the 93 suddenly showing sparks of life. He rockets to the 3rd position past Flash 9. Flash 9 in the 10 machine back to the 4th spot. The outside line is really moving here at Kansas Speedway, especially when there's multiple cars up there using the draft to their advantage. One car trying to get it done on the bottom is Chris Ryan in the 4. He wasn't able to clear Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. He slides in behind him now. Josh in the 7, one of the round of 8 playoff contenders, running in 6th and having a good start here to stage 2. He got no stage points in stage 1, so he's going to have to really start running towards the front here. Thomas Geyer in the 62 is Harold Burden in the 39. Just behind him, that's Quarter Panel in the 18 car. Just in front of him, making his NOSSCAR Motormaster Series debut. Derek Roberts in the 86 machine just in front of them. A lot of cars that have been showing good speed all race long throughout stage 1 that are kind of stuck here in traffic. And a lot of them just trying to get spread in single file and trying to get sorted out here before they can work their way towards the front. A lot of patience being used by these drivers. A lot of laps left here in the safe zone 300 at Kansas. Just to reset things for you up front, Noko leads, Pendle 2nd, Flash 9 3rd, Wicked Gatekeeper has now worked his way into the 4th position, and Ayrton Frederick, we were just speaking about him a moment ago, has now dropped to the 5th position. Rookie driver here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series, learning fast though and learning well in that 93. Shocked the entire NOSSCAR community when he was able to win the New York 200 for the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series at Watkins Glen International. And something has happened now to the 23 of Noko. Suddenly he has fallen back to the 4th position. We're thinking that he made a little bit of contact with the outside wall coming out of turn 2. And that's how quick things can change here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. Chris Pendle out front taking the inside line there through 3 and 4. Excuse me, 1 and 2 rather. 9 taking the top. He's actually going to take the race lead, and I gotta wonder if Pendle is maybe going down pit road this time. No, he is, and he's just running a very conservative line down there on the bottom, and no draft help, and the speed difference was very significant. He lost a lot of ground, and 3 spots to be exact. He's now dropped to the 4th position. And he's got no help on the bottom when it comes to draft. He now has a spot in line to pull up in front of Ayrton Frederick, or does he? Ayrton in the 93 now pulls to the outside of Pendle in the 42. A lot of different leaders so far here at Kansas. Right now it's Flash 9 in the 10. Keep your eye on Gatekeeper in the 0, playoff contender. Noko in the 23, playoff contender. Coming into tonight's race, Noko in the 23, Chris Pendle in the 42, Gatekeeper in the 0, Dakota Brev in the 1, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, Dunson in the 89, Harold Burden in the 39, Thomas Geyer in the 62. They are your round of 8 playoff drivers here for the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. Keep your eye on them. And they've got their hands full as well. They've got a lot of drivers that did not make the 2020 playoffs, running a part-time schedule or full-time. They're out there still battling for these wins, and that includes Nick Don Francesco in the 11, Jason Pitts in the 99, Ayrton Frederick in the 93, and more. There's a good look at Thomas Geyer driving the South Point, number 62, Chevy Camaro. Round of 8 contender, comes in as the 8th seeded driver. However, he's only 5 points below the cutoff line. Coming into this one, he did not get any stage points there in stage 1, so he's really got to make something happen towards the end of this one. Pit road beginning to fill up. Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0, Noko in the 23, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, all 3 of them on pit road and leaving. Bumper to bumper, Noko in the 23, Gatekeeper in the 0, Josh in the 7, a little bit behind them, but quick pit stops for all 3 of these drivers. All 3 of them are playoff contenders. They were running towards the front, and they are short pitting compared to the rest of the field. Here you see some more pit stops beginning. Rough Raven in the 90, Nick Don Francesco in the 11, Jason Pitts in the 99, and more. Bradley Gilliland in the 61 car back out for some fun here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. Not a mark on that Toyota Supra. Well, we knew that it was going to be a 1 pit stop stage for stage 1, 1 pit stop stage for stage 2. There's going to be multiple, though, in the final stage, and they're all going to be under green flag speeds. They're not going to be at the end of the stages or anything of that sort, so it's going to come down to pit road entry speed and seeing who avoids those pit road speeding penalties. Those have really burned a couple of drivers a few times this season when all was looking good for them. Pressure is on in the playoffs. Got to make sure that you don't make any of those mistakes. We're waiting to get the field cycled through after the green flag cycle of pit stops. We believe Harold Burden in the 39 was the leader. Here he comes down pit road now. Thomas Geyer in the 62 joins him. Both of them are playoff contenders, and keep your eye on that 39. Always trying to find the tire management or fuel strategy come close on so many occasions to finding victory lane here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series with strategies like those, but he also always brings a fast car to the track as well. Looked like it was a splash and go pit stop for Harold Burden in the 39. Jason, how many laps to go? Thanks very much. It's going to be interesting to see where they're all running at the end of all this. Splash and go pit stop for Harold Burden in the 39 only. Noco goes around him in the 23. Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0 goes around him as well. There's a lot of drivers that were near the front of the field battling for the lead that are no longer in sight. Noco is the leader with Gatekeeper in second. Harold Burden in the 39 is in third. Josh Colm-Diaz is in fourth. Your Dunson, the pole sitter in the 89, runs in fifth. Some cars are slowing as they cross the line. And stage 2 is in the history books here for the Safe Zone 300 at Kansas Speedway. The first of 3 round of 8 playoff races. We're going to send it over now to our in-race reporter Jason Pitts to get the top 5 from stage number 2. Sorry, who's the stage 1 winner? Oh, wow. Wouldn't you know it, in the 61 car making his return to the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. He had a strategy in mind, and look at that. Bradley Gilliland is the stage 2 winner here in the Safe Zone 300 at Kansas Speedway. 22 drivers came out, 100 laps, and only 1 driver will be crowned as the race winner and park it in victory lane. Could it be Bradley Gilliland? Could he spoil the party for the round of 8 playoff drivers? Time will tell. Final opportunity for these drivers to make a pit stop, make adjustments, repair any damage that they might have suffered throughout stage 2, and do so at a caution speed. After this, they're set for the long haul, the final stage, multiple pit stops. Really the time of the race when you want to find a fast, good rhythm to drive and just stay in that rhythm. Flash 9, Chris Pendle. They're going to lead them to the line. The green flag is in the air. Oh no, and I gotta wonder if Flash maybe forgot to hit the pit button. He's surrendering all that track position. Pendle's going to take the lead. Noco in second, and there's Bradley Gilliland and Josh Colm-Diaz battling for third. 3 wide now for second. The top groove has more cars in it, therefore the draft is stronger up there. Josh was able to prevail and take the third position. Dakota Bruv in the 1, your Dunson in the 89. They all went with him, and the battle is on for 6th on back. The top 5 nose to tail. Dakota Bruv took a look underneath Josh, couldn't quite get the run that he needed. The outside looks like it's the place to be, and if you make a move on the inside and it doesn't work out for you, you can easily get challenged by the drivers behind you. Battle for the race lead. Chris Pendle in the 42 wants it. He found the wall coming out of turn 2. Noco's going to drive away. Josh is going to take second in the 7 car. But for how long he's got company. Dakota Bruv in the 1, right there with him, along with Rough Raven in the 90. The Ford Mustangs coming to life. Haven't spoken much about them all race long. Brett Baker in the 00. Rough Raven in the 90. Rocketing to the front. And things change fast here, especially when it's a playoff race. They know what's on the line. Playoff drivers running in first, second, third, and fourth. And now the top five. Your Dunson completes the pass on Rough Raven. 23, the 7, the 1, the 0, and the 89. The top five are all playoff contenders in the round of 8. Chris Pendle in the 42 takes the outside line to try to make a pass on Rough Raven, and that'll make it the top 6 drivers now. Playoff contenders, proving why they are in the position they're in. They have a chance, a shot to win a NOSSCAR Motormaster Series championship, and a win here at Kansas would lock their way and punch their ticket in to the championship race at Phoenix next Monday. Noco leads Josh Cole-Diaz in second. The gap is only increasing. Custom paint job, black and lime green, looks real slick, and it looks even better when it's leading the race. Noco on the hunt for his 11th career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win, and that would further extend his already impressive record for having 11 wins in a single season. I'll tell you though, don't count Josh Cole-Diaz out. He's closing in. I was just mentioning the Noco's gap was increasing, and now it looks like Josh has found a little bit of something. And we talk to him all the time before and after these races. He loves running the outside line, and this race really falls into the hands of a driver like that. The outside line's been the place to be all race long, especially if you're trying to stay in the draft with the car in front of you. Right now, that is the exact situation he finds himself in. Running in second and trying to get the draft from your race leader, Noco, in the 23. Pole sitter Dunson in the 89 now goes into third. Chris Pendle in fourth. Ayrton Frederick in the 93 up there in fifth. Taking a look to the inside of Pendle and couldn't quite get the pass completed coming out of turn 4. Round of 8 playoff contender Thomas Geyer not having the day he was hoping for, but he's on the lead lap, not a mark on the number 62 South Point Chevy Camaro. Coming out of turn 2 now, got a couple of cars in front of him side by side. He's going to use the draft with Derek Roberts in the 86 to try to get a little bit closer and maybe pick a lane and figure out who's going to be the better of these two. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 5 there, just in front of him as well. Jeffrey, of course, the 2020 NOSSCAR Supercross champion and runner-up in the NOSSCAR Supercross Nationals. Good battles all over this racetrack, and some of these drivers starting to work their way towards the front that started a little bit deeper in the field here for the final stage of the Safe Zone 300 at Kansas Speedway. You heard the man. 46 laps to go. What's your car handling like out there? Making the best of a bad race, and that's definitely what building a championship season is all about. Making the most of every situation. Tell you who else has a rocket ship. It appears your Dunson in the 89 has found some speed. Making a move now on Josh Cole-Diaz in the 7. Thinks better of it. Goes back to pushing. Kind of looks like they're working together. And if they can keep doing this, they might be able to build enough speed and enough of a run to get the draft from the race leader. There you see Milko in the black and lime green, number 23, Chevy Camaro leading the way. Josh and Dunson doing everything they can to run them down. Top 3 are round of 8 playoff contenders. Next one is Dakota Brev in 6th, Wicked Gatekeeper in 7th in the Zero Machine. Green flag cycle of pit stops beginning. Chris Pendle, 6 wins this season, 2nd seed in the round of 8. Comes down pit road for scheduled service. He's in his pit stall, 4 tires, 2 full cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and he will be down and away. There he goes, quick pit stop for the 42 team. And Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 comes down pit road as well. Says he's just trying to stay with the race leader in Noco and keep himself in a position to win this thing if anything should happen. Says he's working really good with the 89 of your Dunson. Rough Raven in the 90s made a handful of starts here in the Motormaster Series. Hasn't had all the luck in the world when it comes to his NOSSCAR career, but he's had great speed every time he's brought a car out here. Just hasn't had the finishes that he maybe rightfully deserved. 4 tires, 2 cans of Sunoco fuel. He's down and away on the lead lap still, and he's been in the top 10 all race long. Brett Baker in the 00. He races with us in the NOSSCAR Thunder Cup Series on NASCAR 15. He's made starts in several different NOSSCAR leagues and has wins in 4 of them. 4 tires and fuel, no major complaints about the car, just doesn't have the track position that he wants. I couldn't find the incident. Your Dunson in the 89, the pole sitter for this race, round of 8 playoff contender. He's on pit road in that black and gold number 89 Morgan Shepherd car. Good speed all race long. Pits on the same lap as the leader Noco. That was his plan ever since the final stage started. Pit on the same lap as the leader. Now Flash 9 of the 10 hugs the white line through 3 and 4. He lets Noco in the 23 go by. We're thinking about 3 wide there on the front stretch. Harold Burden in the 39 is going to surrender the race lead. He's down on pit road. And there goes Thomas Geyer in the 62, one of the round of 8 playoff contenders. Seems to be on the same strategy as Harold in the 39, getting a couple of extra laps out of those tires and out of those 2 cans of fuel. Down and away, back onto the racetrack. He's going to merge in between Derek Roberts in the 86 and Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0. There might have even been a problem for Gatekeeper on his pit stop. He's lost a little bit of track position since where he was before this cycle of green flag pit stops began. And when it all cycles through, this is the madness that we call the battle for second. Noco in the 23 leads the race, just barely in front of these guys, a little bit under 1 second. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 is in second, Ayrton Frederick in third. But for how long? Chris Pendle in the 42, your Dunson in the 89, they're going to go by on the outside. Cars that are lined up bumper to bumper on the outside line are able to really make some ground and make some really phenomenal passes here. The speed seems to be right up against the wall, especially when there's more cars in line up there. 3 wide for second. A little bit of contact was made. Pendle, Ayrton Frederick Dunson, and Josh Colombiez, they're still scrapping for second, third, fourth, and fifth, and it's Dakota Bruv in the 1, the defending champion, behind them just by about 8 or 9, 10 car lengths at this point. This is really allowing Noko in the 23 to drive away. Noko's lead is only getting larger. Dunson is now going to take the second position from Josh Colombiez in the 7. Ayrton Frederick in the 93, the only one in this group that's not a part of the playoffs. Rough Raven is in the 7th position. Chris Ryan in 8th, and it's Brett Baker running in 9th. Just wanted to give you a quick update on some of the drivers that are still running in the top 10 and very much having a good race. Top 5 still Noko, Dunson, Pendle, Josh, and Ayrton at this time. What do you think, though, Jason? 2 more rounds of pit stops before we see the checkers? Oh yeah, his resume speaks for itself. 10 wins this season, looking to make it 11. 20 stage wins in a single season, and that is just phenomenal. No other driver has ever been able to put up those kinds of numbers in a single NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season. And you're right, he's slowly but surely pulling away. I'll tell you who else is just beginning to start pulling away is Dunson in the 89, the pole sitter, now scored in the 2nd position, has broken the threshold, the barrier where the draft is with those drivers behind him. Josh Colombiez runs in 3rd. He's the head of the line with those other cars. Dunson has put some distance in between himself and those 3 cars, and he's staying right about the same distance away from your race leader, Noko, in the 23. Could we have a battle for the win between the 23 and the 89 before this is done? A little bit of action deeper in the field. In fact, this battle is for position just in front of your race leader. These two trying to stay on the lead lap. The 18 quarter panel gets to the inside of Nick Don Francesco. In the 11, he's going to take that spot, set his sights on the car in front of him. And it looks like that is the 61 machine. 22 drivers started this one. There's a good look at Thomas Geyer, one of the round of 8 playoff drivers, gaining a little bit of ground on Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0. It's been a bit of a quiet day for Thomas, but he's been on the lead lap since the drop of the green flag. Been inside the top 15. Right now finds himself, I believe, in the 12th position. Final results will be available for the NOSSCAR fans and viewers on the NOSSCAR website. Green flag cycle of pit stops beginning. Rough Raven in the 90, and here comes Josh Colombiez in the 7, pitting out of the 3rd position, and he's coming in a couple of laps sooner than the 2 that he was trying to run down for position. Going to maybe try to make a charge there and leapfrog them by having 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles for a lap or 2 sooner than those other guys that he's battling for position with. Strategy call to try to win the Safe Zone 300. And Josh comes into this one only 1 point behind the cut line, so he's I don't know, he comes in at a really tough spot. I could see it if you came in way behind, way below the cut line and you really need to gamble no matter what. A win is going to be the only way. But he could make this happen on points, so he really needs to make sure he makes the right decisions and come away with the most points that he possibly can, as well as keeping himself up there within striking distance of the win if it were to unfold that way. Yeah, sometimes it's not your day. Chris Ryan in the 4 comes down pit road. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel. Was running in the 8th position before this cycle of pit stops began. Car is looking strong, and he's been steady and steadily gaining ground since the drop of the green flag here for the final stage, and he's made his way up into the 8th position so far. Nick Don Francesco in the 11. Good run for the 11 Chevy Camaro today. Fast pit stops by the pit crew and looking for another one here, especially in the final stage. It's a bit of a clutch time for these teams. 4 tires and fuel, and I don't believe any adjustments are being made by some of these teams, or at least most of them. At this point in the race, you've got what you got. You know what the car is going to do, and most of these cars are probably long dialed in by now. Defending NOSSCAR Motormaster Series champion Dakota Bruv in the 1 comes down pit road, gets it down to the pit road speed. Man, a penalty would really hinder the chances of any of these playoff contenders, and you really don't want that. And Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0 might have had an issue trying to go down pit road. We saw him fly through pit road. And that's going to be a big mistake for one of your round of 8 contenders. There you see him. And this is over in turn 2, folks. I think that he missed pit road entry completely. And now he is out of fuel on the back straightaway coasting. And this is really going to cost him a lot of track position here in the final stage. It would almost be best if he cut the apron even more. Just slice it completely in half, but there's grass coming up there. There you see. Man, that's a heartbreaker for Wicked Gatekeeper in that 0 team. He's probably going to go off of the lead lap because of this, but he is going to make it to pit road. And there you see Jason Pitts coming up and giving a push there to Wicked Gatekeeper. Lending a helping hand. Wow, that's how quick things can change, and I say that all the time, but how true it really is here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series, presented by Bruv Motorsports. And when the green flag pit stop cycle is completed, it is Chris Pendle in the 42, Toyota Supra leading the way with Milko in the 23, Chevy Camaro right behind him in second. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 car is in third. And Dunson in the 89 is nowhere to be found. Beginning to wonder what happened. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Dunson in the 89. He has lost a ton of track position. He was on his way to the leaders Before that cycle of pit stops began, he was gaining ground on Noko in the 23. Now he finds himself outside of the top 5, still on the lead lap, but I'm beginning to believe that he might have got a pit road speeding penalty under that most recent cycle of green flag pit stops. And that's a tough break, so there's 2 playoff contenders having trouble here in the final stage. Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0 missed pit road, Dunstan with a speeding penalty. The top 3 are Noko, Chris Pendle, and Josh Colm-Diaz. All 3 of them are playoff contenders in the round of 8. All 3 have had a very clean and smooth race that have been inside the top 5 all race long. The 23, the 42, and the 7. Could they be in the championship for Phoenix next Monday? We're going to find out in about another 28 laps. Sending it down to in-race reporter Jason Pitts. Jason, how many laps to go? Yeah, is he ever? There's definitely some strategies going on. Chris Pendle in the 42 back on pit road. Josh Colm-Diaz right behind him. And around goes Noko. The race leader is spun, and he's going backwards to get to the pit road entrance there. Wow. He might have been trying to go to pit road. Wow. So Noko on pit road now, but this is going to maybe cost him the race lead, especially if Chris Pendle in the 42 is able to successfully get back out off of pit road with no speeding penalties. We didn't see the complete pit stop for him and Josh Colm-Diaz. We don't know where they're running at this point. Noko down and away. There you see him getting back onto the racetrack. Who do you have as the race leader? Who is the leader? Ah. Brett Baker in the 00 leading the way, looking for his first career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win, looking to spoil the party with the playoff drivers. Getting a report Dakota Bruv was super slow on the back straightaway that most recent time by. And there you see him. He's given up a position now to Eric Frederick in the 93. Quarter panel in the 18 on his way. There's Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0. Remember, Gatekeeper a lap down now because of what happened to him missing pit road earlier in this final stage. There's the 61 of Bradley Gilliland. Remember Bradley, he went out there and won Stage 2 of the Safe Zone 300 at Kansas Speedway, now trying to march his way back forward as well. All different kinds of strategies are being played out here in the final 16 laps of the Safe Zone 300, and which one is going to be the right one, time will tell, folks. Brett Baker in the 00 Ford Mustang is still scored as your race leader. He has not been to pit road yet. 9 to go. Oh, wow, they're clicking off quickly here at Kansas Speedway. 9 to go, folks. And I wonder, can Baker make it on the fuel and tires he has? I don't know where he came from or how he was able to conserve as much as he has, but Rob drives away. He's able to get it going again. He's going to keep the car low. He might actually be out of fuel. Oh no, never mind. He's still got power. There's a lot of fuel conservation going on. A lot of drivers are lifting. Dunson is one of them. Dakota Bruv in the 1 is another. Brett Baker surrenders the race lead, leads a few laps here in the safe zone, 300 at Kansas Speedway. Down and away now, 4 tires and fuel, I believe was the call. Actually getting reported was right sides and a can, folks, for Brett Baker down the way with 7 laps to go. Who's the leader? How about that, folks? Round of 8 contender Harold Burden leads the way. We haven't spoken very much about him here in this broadcast, but he is the king of tire conservation and fuel management. He now leads the safe zone 300, and he's going to come around to take the 5 laps to go signal. And can he hold on to win this thing? It would be his first career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win, and it would be long overdue. It really would be one of those feel-good moments for the entire NOSSCAR community. Harold has raced with us since the NASCAR 15 days on the PlayStation 3 console. Was a standout driver over there, won races, top 5 finishes all the time. And he's done the same here, just hasn't been able to find victory lane. And you're right, Jason, I would love to see it as well. Coming around now for what do we got now? 3 laps to go, I believe. Harold's just got to hold on. He's taken a lower line through 1 and 2. The car twitched on him a little bit. He might. How many to go? For him? Are you sure? I thought it was less by now. Yeah, but how many down are you? How many laps down are you, though? Yeah, I think that there's only 3 to go here, or 2 to go. I don't know about pit road, but when you're racing, if you're 4 laps down and it says 16 laps to go, there's actually 12. Harold Burden of the 39 trying to do the impossible, trying to find victory lane here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. We say the word impossible because it just feels like that's what it's been for him. And it's over. The checkered flag waves, first career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win. Harold Burden punches his ticket to the Championship 4 at Phoenix Raceway. How many times, Jason, has he come so close, so many times to winning these races? Right. And he's done it, folks. Coming in as the 7th seeded driver, too. He's the 7th seed in the round of 8 here in the playoffs. And so he really needed a good run. And now he can relax for Texas and Martinsville. He's locked into the show. What a drive by him. Gonna get him in here for an interview. We want to hear from your race winner. Congratulations to Harold Burden in the number 39 machine. Parking it in victory lane for the Safe Zone 322 drivers entered. And when the smoke cleared, Harold Burden stamps his ticket, stamps his spot into the 2020 playoffs. What a drive. And what a race. Like to take this moment to thank the viewers on YouTube for joining us. We're having our Victory Lane interview with Harold Burden here in just a matter of moments. But this was round 33 of the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season, presented by Bruv Motorsports, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 4. First race of the round of 8 here in the playoffs. It's been a long and challenging season for all of these drivers. 65 plus drivers entered the 2020 season, most of which were full-time. And it's been a blast, folks, calling these races, having in-race reporters, and watching all of my friends go out there and race each other for the wins. It's truly been a fun experience for me, and I love doing it, and I'll keep doing it, especially if all of you guys keep tuning in every Motormaster Monday. And I guess Harold has decided to decline the interview here with us in Victory Lane. Not getting a response for him. He might be that excited. He might be outside spraying a bottle of champagne, and we're really not too sure. But all of us here in the broadcast booth and the NOSSCAR executive team would like to congratulate Harold Burden one more time. First career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win. Over 65 starts here in NOSSCAR, the Motormaster Series, and come so close so many times to finding victory lane. And something always seemed to happen. But it's finally happened. He's finally won. He wins the Safe Zone 300 at Kansas Speedway, and we couldn't be more proud of him. He is locked in to the championship race at Phoenix Raceway next Monday when we crown the champion.
My bad, bro. I was done getting a pop.
Ah, there he is.
Oh my God,
no worries.
I'm shaking so bad, dude.
Congratulations, buddy. We know how bad you've wanted to win a race here in the Motormaster Series. You've come so close on so many occasions, and now you've won at the perfect time. The round of 8 in the playoffs, and now you don't need to worry about Texas or Martinsville. You're on to Phoenix next Monday to fight for the championship. What's going through your mind right now? You said you were shaking?
Bro, I am shaking so bad. I feel sick in my stomach. I'm so excited. When I went across the line, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Somebody pinched me. I couldn't believe when I pitted that last time. I thought I was getting a penalty. And it said no penalty. I was like, cool. And I looked up and I'm like, it says 19 to go and I get 18 laps. I know I can stretch this. And I ran out in 3 and 4. And it just coasted and coasted. Oh my God.
Well, we're glad that you made it. Piston Piper and I were watching, and he was able to inform me the 39 was leading once Brett Baker came to pit road. And I knew that if anyone was going to stretch the fuel far enough, it was you. Now you're about to battle for a championship, and this could be your first championship. This could be the big stretch for you on your quest for the championship. Do you have a strategy in mind for Phoenix? How is your car there?
Phoenix, I'm struggling a little bit. It's kind of really tight, but it's good on a long run. I can really stretch it. You might see the fuel stretching again.
We saw the top line here at Kansas working really well, especially when there was cars up there working with the draft. Was the top line stronger than the bottom line? How quick was the draft out there?
I didn't really mess around with the top line too much. I was in conserve mode, so I wanted to ride the bottom to conserve as much as possible. And going around the top, I'm burning a little extra fuel, and I wouldn't make that full extra lap that I needed at the end.
Coming into the round of 8 here in the playoffs, you're the 7th seeded driver. Did that maybe motivate you coming into this race to go out there and kind of prove yourself as a contender for this championship, or did that maybe hurt you a little bit and kind of put a little doubt in your mind?
Nah, I was out to prove it to everybody that I can win one at least once, and that's all I wanted to do. Just one, show them that you don't have to be the fastest. And
well, there you go. You proved just that. I'd like to say this as a friend and as a broadcaster to you. Congratulations, you are a NOSSCAR Motormaster Series winner. You will battle for a championship next Monday.
Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate that so much, especially from you. I know it. I know it.
No problem. Thank you to all the viewers on YouTube who tuned in. You witnessed history, folks, a long time coming. The elusive first career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win for Harold Burden came here tonight at Kansas Speedway. He wins the Safe Zone 300. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, we are saying so long and stay tuned, folks. The Texas playoff race begins in just a few minutes.
Hey, thank